Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much. We're back. We're making videos again. Feels like forever, but it was one video that we didn't make on Wednesday. But thank you for tuning in today. Hope you guys are set for an awesome Memorial Day weekend. I guess some of you may not watch this. You may be traveling with your family. I do hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. I didn't even realize it was going to be this weekend after our trip to Myrtle Beach. Which we'll talk about briefly in a moment. And so let me just say, the first part of this video, half of this video, I'm just going to describe for those that care the trip to Myrtle Beach and how that went, and then we'll get into some grass stuff here at the latter part of the video, about half and half, I hope. So let me set down my monster. But again, thank you so much. It's great to be back, being able to do videos. It feels like, again, forever. But let's start with the trip. It was awesome, guys. I've never done anything like this. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I was out of town. We left this past Sunday afternoon and went down to Myrtle Beach. My wife's stepmom, her and her sister have a place at Myrtle Beach from their mom that passed away. And so my dad and I was able to go down there with 4 other guys. And they stayed at a hotel. We stayed at that beach house that was kind of in my wife's family. And so it worked out perfect. Is right in, they're right around 43rd Street right there in Myrtle Beach. And what it was a Veterans Classic golf tournament. And you have to keep your handicap for your golf score in the USGA, what's called GIN, G-H-I-N app. So everybody has to report their handicap. There are ways to cheat and manipulate it, of course, and we kind of saw that this weekend. But basically, you pay a fee, a pretty decent fee, to play 3 pretty awesome courses that are expensive in Myrtle Beach. And you have 3 different formats each day. So it's cool to go down as a group. And my dad had went down with some of his older buddies, last year and played in this, I believe, and said, hey, I'm gonna try to see if, my son will do it. And so that's why I've been behind the scenes working on getting my driver right, getting my irons right, sharpening, your game to be able to go down to Myrtle Beach. Because like my dad said, it's absolutely true. I can go down here and all around these local courses that I play and play really well, but when you get to the beach with added wind, hills, better looking bunkers, maybe some thicker rough, you play a little bit worse than you do at home. And that was true, but I played really well for me. So it was definitely fun. Probably would do it again. But we played 3 courses. The first one was called the International Club, if you've heard of that one at Myrtle Beach. The second one was called Thistle, which I think was pretty awesome. I mean, it was just a great experience from start to finish. Just gorgeously maintained warm season grass. The fairways were plush and just like carpet. When you hit your irons, you took, like a rectangular divot would just come out and you just kind of put it right. It was just a thrill. Nothing that I experienced here in the places that I play here in central North Carolina, but it was an awesome course. They had gators. Didn't see the first alligator. I was hoping to get pictures. Saw some turtles, but never saw any alligators, but they warned us about alligators. So played International Club Monday, and you play your own ball that day. And so did pretty well for me. I, shot, about 5 strokes higher than I would here, which is good with the nerves and all that, playing with people you don't know. Then the second day, it's a Texas scramble. So me and my dad would both tee off. We'd pick the best ball, and you play your ball from that point forward into the hole. So that was cool with that really nice club, Thistle golf club, which was awesome. Then yesterday, or the last day, which was on Wednesday, we played best ball. So it was definitely faster. We actually had a team that lost 2 of their players, so we had to play with 6 people. But it was at Dustin Johnson's old course, home course, Coastal Carolina, down in Conway. So it was called the Hackler course, and it sounds like a terrible name. It was actually, I believe, after a service member, I believe. And Dustin Johnson played there all the time, so it was a really enjoyable course. We had heard rumors, oh, the greens are messed up, they're not very fast, it's not the greatest course. It was beautiful, it was gorgeous, it was fun, and we didn't play well. We couldn't putt all weekend, and we finished the top guys, as I mentioned, with your handicap. A lot of these guys you get strokes, and it's a lot to explain if you don't play golf. But basically, there was several people near the top that won, because there are cash prizes, that clearly were better golfers who did not put in their right score into the GIN app. So they looked like a golfer like me, when really they shot 70s, which is, you know, way better than what I would shoot. But anyways, it was fun. Me and my dad struggled putting, but other than that, we played really good. It was fun. I highly recommend it. Again, it's called the Golf Buddy Veterans Classic. If you're a golfer, if you're interested in it, get you some buddies, look it up, look for it next May. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. It was 72 on Monday. It was 75 on Tuesday, and yesterday it got up to like 85. But it was great. It wasn't too windy like the beach. It was an absolutely great time. Went out and ate at some of the restaurants. Went to Logan's and ate. Logan's was actually really good. For the price that I got a sandwich at the clubhouse for lunch at that Thistle course, I got a Logan sirloin with baked potato, and it was delicious. I don't know, that was the best meal I had. It was really good. So enjoyed the trip, glad to be back home. And so I want to get into some lawn care. We'll welcome back in all the people that don't care about the personal things, but golf wise, it was awesome. So let's get into some lawn care. When I pulled into my driveway, I did not expect to see what I saw. I was like, wow, did not expect to see that. I'm going to share exactly what I'm talking about here in a second, and we'll wrap up this video with just a quick walkthrough of let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, showing up Wednesday night. So 4 days of Mr. Ferguson being gone, not watering, not mowing, not doing anything, and my wife just kind of, you know, having to deal with the kids. Thankfully, she dealt with the kids, getting them to school, and dealing with, she's got preschool graduation happening this week. So it's been, you know, I'm still recovering a little bit physically, but let's walk the lawn. I just want to show you what I came home to, and show you the lawn, what I pulled into the driveway with, and how I was surprised pleasantly. So of all the videos I've made, I don't think I've ever walked down this way. And this is what it looks like coming down my road from the beach, coming down. This is what I see. First off, you notice it's, you know, compared to my neighbor who cuts it really low, warm season stuff, it is tall, which I knew, but man, look at this lawn, guys. Again, it's 8-ish in the morning, but the first thing I knew is, okay, it's tall. It's about 6 inches tall, so we're gonna have to cut it 4, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And that makes sense because the last thing before I left, we had lots of rain, and we had put down the Freedom fertilizer. And I'm just telling you, it's beautiful. I like it. I don't know if it's between 5 and 7 inches in some areas, but the bank is not stressed out at all. I don't know what the temperature's been here. I think it was pleasantly in the upper 70s and low 80s, but we had so much rain that it was, you know, it's been just fine. So to my surprise, the lawn looks absolutely off the chain beautiful right now. And I think it's got a lot to do with that last application of Yard Mastery Freedom 1776. And you can see over here, no stress whatsoever because of the amounts of water. And somebody said that, and I looked at some of y'all's comments, you know, at the beach. I'm not in grass mode, so I didn't comment a lot, but absolutely water is king. And this just shows with proper hydration with fertilizer, it's not a big deal. You know, Pete has talked about that. Well, I fertilize in the summer. Well, he's also got well water. He can put the proper amount of water down in addition to the fertilizer. And man, just look at the side right here, the first part, it looks great all the way back. We'll walk back there in a second, but no signs of stress whatsoever because, again, we've gotten the proper amount of rain. But I have to tell you, if you're interested in the Yard Mastery Freedom Fert, I know some people say, oh, they're just ripping people off, this, that. Everybody's got opinions, but I put it down, a full application of it, and it looks gorgeous. It is not a limey green with the water in of the Freedom Fert. It looks like it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful color with the natural triple threat / GCI turf type tall fescue mix we got here in my front lawn. And as you guys know, a little bit on the bank, we did put some Texas bluegrass up there on the bank as well. And we know we have some stressed out spots up there that struggle, but it is definitely grown, but it looks beautiful and green. And I'm gonna have to jump on mowing it today, but I don't have time to do that and get this video out to you. We've got a lot going on. My wife's got preschool graduation going on I got to help her with, and just it's going to be 90 degrees, so it is going to be hot. But for the next 5 days, we've also got chance of storms, level 1 risk today and overnight and things of that nature. So I see Mr. Kevin across the street. He's looking pretty good. I could tell. I knew he probably mowed, but yeah, everything's looking really, really nice here. And so very long, as I just kind of squat down, you can see not everything has grown out super thick and long, but just you got the different cultivars of the grass has just gotten tall there, but it looks really, really good. So let's look at the side and the back real fast. I just don't have time to pull the drone out and do all the effects, but man, it's just a tall, I mean, now this is, again, I like short, but I'm not hating, you know, the length of this. And I cut it side to side before I left to right in this view, left to right. And you can't even tell. You can tell a little bit right here that I cut that way, but mainly I'm going to cut it again today. But I think I'm going to do either diagonal for Memorial. I don't know if I have time to do that. I'd like to go diagonal again for Memorial Day, but it's so tall. I hope it's not a situation, even at 4 inches, bumping up my mower as tall as it goes, where I would have to cut it twice. I just don't have that time. As you see these streaks right here, this is where I had to go up to the church and cut the project lawn for graduation before I left. So I may just continue this pattern and do the diagonal anyways, but it's bushy, it's long. But the Freedom Fir, guys, I recommend it. I'm just telling you, when I put this down in my lawn, it looks gorgeous. The color is great. It's feeding my turf. It's a little bit of potassium, it's a little bit of phosphorus, and it's 17%. I do have a PGR in my shed, and I looked at the label and it said, well, you don't want to do it after June 1st. And I was like, great, it's almost June 1st. So I thought about doing a growth regulator, you know, as I get ready to go to the beach. But naturally, over time, here coming up soon in North Carolina, as you can see, I've never seen my grass blow like that in the wind. I don't know if you guys can see that. When the wind's blowing, it's blowing the grass. The camera is like acting weird. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on there, but anyways, no PGR. I think I missed that window. We need to do that early spring, slow down growth. So I'm gonna try to research that more. I've had that growth regulator in my shed for a while, and I need to apply it and play with it. But again, after messing up the project lawn, try not to mess up anything else for a while. I've had my fair share of mess ups this season. And again, on the side, you can just see as the wind blows, it's a little windy, just gorgeous. Tall is, you know, I don't mind tall. It needs to be cut, obviously. And if I had a mower like Mr. Kevin, the John Deere, cutting this at 5 or 5.5 inches, I think it would look beautiful. Tall is not bad, especially when you start getting heat stress and stuff. Let it stay hydrated and not cutting it too short to, again, add stress on top of it. I can't believe it's in this type of condition. I know it's only been 4 days. But again, my wife don't do anything in the lawn. She leaves it all to Mr. Ferguson and the YouTube channel and has no idea what's my plans. Maybe he did this on purpose or that. All right, guys, so I just got home. We got rained out. It's Thursday, and we got rained out from our golf league. So just got back, got out of the wet clothes, took a shower real fast. I normally don't do this, but I've already uploaded. Actually, I sent it out to the members today, so that's one of the perks of being a member of the Mr. Ferguson Lawn channel, is you get videos early sometimes. But I just got home, and it rained about 0.65 inches so far. I mean, it dumped it. The lawn, I cut it today, as I told you guys, and I'm highly impressed with this Freedom fertilizer, so much so that I'm going to re-upload this with the post-mow review in this video. So here it is right now. Wow, as you hear you see my tall grass. I got to cut this before I go to bed tonight. You see how tall that is. I mowed it down before we left for the beach. We still got some rain dripping out of our gutters here. But my goodness, guys, this is at 4 inches. I'll probably cut 3 inches off this today. It was way taller than I thought it was. But oh my goodness, it is looking superb. I'm blown away. Now, if you don't know about yard mastery, it's half urea. I think 12% of it is urea. You got 5% that's slow release. So obviously with the rain, some of that slow release may be releasing now. I don't know. But the rain just has made this look outstanding. When I look at the camera versus looking at it in person, it definitely looks darker than what the camera is showing you right now. It is a darker, I'm blown away. It looks amazing. You can see over by my neighbor's new grass right there by the car. See how lime green their grass is. It is just multiple shades darker. It just looks so good. Let me show you behind me as well and over by the mailbox. The angle I showed you is not even the good angle because I cut it at a slant. So you can see all the water we just got. This has been the best May ever. But I obviously right here, when the sun was hitting it, when I was mowing today, it was fire stripes, and I knew it as I was mowing it. Like I said, about 3 inches off of it. I took some pictures for Instagram, but oh my goodness, it's just absolutely, this Freedom is no joke. Highly recommend it, as well as Stress Blend. I highly believe Stress Blend will do the same thing you're seeing in my lawn right now. Over here by the mailbox, same thing. I did my normal up and down pattern here, but noticeable difference. I mean, this is the most I fertilized my lawn this spring. And I can tell, and it's not just, let me be clear, it's not just Freedom is the way to go. I'm not saying that. Flagship would look good right now, but the Freedom is lower in nitrogen. Look at that. It's just absolutely outstanding. Again, it looks lighter on the camera than it does in person. It's darker. I don't know why iPhone's doing that. Maybe because it's, getting close to dark and it's putting its sensors forward. I'm gonna walk out here a little bit even though I showered. It's not too mushy, but it's still long. But oh my goodness, it looks incredible. If you're interested, check out the links for Flagship, but it's just looking impeccable. It looks great. Beautiful. We haven't had this much rain in May in a long time, and so you can just see a hydrated lawn. You could fertilize. If you're getting rain like we are and like we have been, we got chances the next 4 days. You can use fertilizer and not be afraid of it. Now, if you go with the protein from Pete, it is a 90-day release, so you want to be careful with that as well. If you go into a dry period and you've put down a 90-day release, slow release, fertilizer, you got to be aware of that. You've got to know that. Instead, something like a Yard Mastery is more like 30 days or so. So that's why the fluctuation in price, and that you have to be aware of that. If you're not getting rain, you need to keep your lawn hydrated. So anyways, I think the Stress Blend would give you the same result. The Flagship, this is Freedom, and I am highly impressed with it. I will use this again, absolutely. Come May 1st of June, even the Stress Blend. I've got the smaller bag of Stress Blend still in my shed, and I may apply that once I see this wearing out. But man, it looks good, and just wanted to show you guys how great it's looking. I know it's just blown me away when I pulled in. I was like, dang, look at that lawn. It just looks insane. So anyways, God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll have another one for you on Friday. Take it easy. See you next time.